Good afternoon. This is a Latitude Profile Platform, and this video is not like any other profile platform video you have seen because this platform has a problem. So there you just saw the footage of me and my tree stand last night. I ended up taking the platform off the tree and hunting off of a ring of steps, private property, and we had screw-in tree steps in the tree, so I hunted off those last night. I contacted Latitude today, and they tell me that they believe the squeaking is coming from this pivot point right in here, and they instructed me to remove this bolt and nut, pull it out, and hit it with some bowstring wax. So we're going to do that right now, and then I'm going to hunt with it tomorrow morning, and I'll get you that footage, and we're going to see if that remedies the problem or if we actually have a bad platform. Stick around. Okay, I'll clear off a little room on the bench here. Came down in the basement where it was a little warmer to work, and stopped by the garage on our way in and grabbed some tools. It's a 9/16 nut and bolt on here. Figured it'd just be as easy to come down here because this is where the bowstring wax was, so, and it's warmer, so. Okay. Let's see. Well, comes out of there relatively easily. Pretty tight clearance, really. There it goes. Okay, got it out. Somewhere right here, I have some bowstring wax. Almost wondering, as long as I've got it apart. So there's a plastic bushing, plastic sleeve between the two pieces of metal, and it is attached with a screw, so it's not going to come out of there. So I'm going to put just a little bowstring wax right here on this point 2. Anything that's got any friction to it, we'll just put a light layer on there too. Hopefully that's all this is, because any of you that already have this product know that this is a really nice platform, and I'd hate to have to say that, you know, we've got a bad one, but anything's possible. I will tell you that I am extremely happy with the platform, other than this creaking. I've only had it for a week, and thoroughly impressed with how comfortable it is. I've been hunting off the Bowman ring of steps, and I'll probably do a little comparison video of those two here shortly, just to kind of give a perspective. I'm not a hater of the ring of steps by any means. They have their place. They really do. There are things you can do with a ring of steps you can't do with a platform, but for the most part, I find I'm more comfortable on the platform. Okay, got that slid through there. Get our nut back on here. I wonder if I shouldn't maybe even put, yeah, that shouldn't move. I was gonna put some between where the head of the bolt contacts and the nut contacts, but those points really probably shouldn't be moving. They didn't give me any kind of a torque spec for this, but obviously you don't want it too tight or this isn't gonna move, so we want it snug but not tight. Obviously it looks like it's a lock nut, so it should. Feels pretty good right there. We'll give it just a little more here. Yeah, that's good. It's got a little bit, it's not going to fall. So that's good, but it's tight. We've done what they said, so we shall see. You know, we've got the bowstring wax in there, and you know, we're just gonna have to see what happens. Hopefully that eliminates the creaking and squeaking, and we've got a quiet platform. So this video is not meant to bash Latitude in any way, shape, or form. These guys have been great. They answered my call today. I've had some other questions in the past. I've used their little ask a question spot on their webpage, and they're always pretty prompt in getting back to you within a day or two. So yeah, hopefully the next footage you see is me standing on this and it not creaking in the woods. But if it is, they said they'll send me a new platform. So either way, I have no doubt it's going to be a happy ending. I still think it's a great product. Like I said, it's not meant to bash Latitude, but if this does remedy the problem, I wanted to make the information available because currently there's nothing I could find on YouTube showing one of these things making any noise. So if this does fix it and somebody else happens to have the problem and they watch this, it'll save you some time and you know what to do to make it quiet down. So stay tuned and we'll see you in the woods in the morning.
So far, so good. I've had a couple deer move through this morning. My hunting partner's up a couple 100 yards north of me, and he's seen a couple nice bucks, but I've heard just a tiny little creak out of this thing every couple of minutes, but nothing like it was doing the other day, so I think we're on to something. I don't know if you can still hear that or not, but it's still clicking. It's not as bad, but I've been on 2 different trees with the platform today, and I haven't been on the tree that I was on the other night that was really loud. I think the hardness of the tree and the bark has a lot to do with it. I'm not saying that the platform doesn't still have an issue, but it seems to be louder on that. There's a beech tree about 150 yards from me that I was on when I took that initial footage. It seems to be much louder on that. I did find a wear mark, and I'll show you guys when we get back to the house, but I think I know where the noise is coming from. So.
All right, so I mentioned in the tree stand that there were kind of some witness marks. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up, but right here you can see there's a wear mark. Oh yeah, there you can see that pretty good. So I'm not sure, but I guess it would make sense that I can feel like some creaking in this portion here, like it's not real smooth. But then when it's up here, I'm wondering if that's not, and this nut's tight, so I'm tightening this down as tight as I can get it by hand. But even as I tighten that, you can almost hear that creaking. I'm wondering, I think it's in there. I think it's in here. I think as weight comes on and off of this upper assembly here, I think my creak is in there. Okay, so I'll get you guys on a tripod here on the tailgate. I loosened these 2 screws in here, this one and this one here, by hand. So there was nothing, I mean, I can freely turn those by hand. So there's not a lot of tension. It's a through bolt here. But what I noticed, just kind of tighten these back down, kind of finger tight again, is there seems to be a lot of play up and down. So even with this tight, all the way down as tight as it'll go, there's still, you know, the fact that these aren't completely tight in here. I don't know. That could be where my popping and clicking's coming from. It's awful hard to put that kind of tension on it here, but I can feel a little bit of play in there. And if I can feel just a little bit of play in there with my hand, I'm wondering if that isn't where our noise is coming from. I'll bet it's in this upper piece here. That's, I can hear the clicking, and it sounds like the same pitch noise that I'm getting in the tree stand. So I think it's in this upper assembly here. I just think as we take our weight off that, I don't know if that's what's doing it or not, but it's still creaking anyway. Okay, well, we got mail call today. You can see we've got all kinds of stuff piled up here. Latitude sent us our new platform. So I showed you guys already that we did what they suggested, took the platform apart and tried lubricating with bowstring wax, all that good stuff. So my first problem with the platform creaking, I believe, was October 30th. And I sent them an email from my tree stand, and it is now November 10th. So considering the fact that they have struggled to keep these platforms in stock because they're selling like hotcakes, I don't think that's too bad. Less than 2 weeks, and I was able to, continue using the old platform while I was waiting for this one. Taking it apart and putting it together a couple of times seemed to help the situation. I'm not sure why, but this portion up here, just it really seemed to have a wear mark on it, and there was an awful lot of play in this bolt. Boy, I don't know. I can feel a little bit of play in there, but it doesn't feel like the other one did. So obviously something going on with that one, but just wanted to give you guys an update. Um, if you do have one of these platforms that's creaking like that, the first suggested fix was to remove this lower bolt here, pull it out. I actually pulled the whole stem out, put bowstring wax on everything, bowstring wax on the bolt, put it all back together. So yeah, if this one creaks, I'll shoot another video, but I don't expect we're going to have any trouble. Like I said, the other one seems to have quieted down a little bit, but just depending on the type of tree it was on and the angle it was set on and stuff, I would still get a creak out of it occasionally. So anyway, there you go. That's your update. Again, less than 2 weeks. I have a new platform. They sent me a label to send the other one back, so we'll be shipping that one back to them pretty quick here, and they can R&D it and figure out what went wrong with it, I guess. So thanks for following along, and we'll see you on the next one.